Hey everybody, welcome back to Sassy Gal Preppin'. Today I want to share an experience that we had. As you can tell by the thumbnail, it said that we were locked in Starbucks. And if this was to happen to you, would you be prepared? So get ready for an interesting story. My kids and I meet with a Japanese tutor every other week, and we go to the same Starbucks. It's a halfway meeting point between the tutor's house and our house. So this particular night, shortly after we got there, one of the baristas came over and just calmly said to me that they locked the lobby doors because there was an active shooter in the area. So as I share some of the details, maybe it will get you thinking about the same things that I was thinking about when I was out. So this was happening at a time of night. This is 6 p.m. that this was happening. And this is, people are coming home from work. It's dinner time. People are kind of, settling in. And I just got to thinking about all kinds of things after I read about the evacuation of the neighborhood and how dangerous this situation was. The bottom line is being able to leave on a moment's notice. And so when they evacuated the homes that were around and in vicinity of the shots that were being fired, it was, it happened just like that. So at a moment's notice, you would need to leave. Before I got all of the details, I was wondering, where would these people go? At a moment's notice, where would I go for I don't know how long? And this was actually quite a long time. It was a 5-hour standoff. These people were would have to be gone for 5 hours. How do you know how long you need to be gone? Where can you go when it's evening time and it's progressing into the evening? Because those are questions I thought. If the police were evacuating them, did they provide a shelter? And what was provided for people at the shelter, right? So I'm reading from some of the details from some of this. Apparently, most of the bullets that were fired from inside the house. And they stayed within the house. However, the shooter was verbally telling the police that he wanted to take them out. He wanted to die, or he either by killing himself or by pushing deputies to the point where they would have to shoot him. Okay. He's on record as saying that he had over 600 rounds of ammunition, and the sheriff said he shot a whole lot of it. He'd shoot a whole magazine, reload, shoot another whole magazine, reload. And it went that way for several hours. So it's a good thing that the neighbors were evacuated. And apparently there was family inside the home and they got out safely as well. And so that's good. But the incident started from 5 p.m. And of course at 10:30 p.m. So that's a 5.5 hour standoff, 5.5 hour situation. I got to thinking, when I was younger, I would come home from school by myself until my parents got home from work. And I thought, what if this, poor teenage, maybe preteen kid is home alone and then gets the message to evacuate? You got to contact the parents. Are the parents local? Because, my husband works, he commutes into the big city. And so he's a good hour and 20 minutes away. There's a lot of things to consider here. A lot of these things that might get overlooked in these situations. So like making sure that you have a plan if you're separated. Come to find out, which is good news, is that the people that were evacuated went to a nearby church. The county sheriff's office established a temporary command center, and then that's where also the people were sheltered there while the incident was going on. It doesn't say if they provided anything for them or not. It doesn't say anything about pets. I'm just assuming that everybody was able to get out. So again, I was thinking about, if that were me, would I be able to leave at a moment's notice? But it's important. It is important. And I'm telling you this because it's my experience, my non-preparedness in this area is being able to leave at a moment's notice. It is very important to have at the very least, is to have something, a bag, a duffel bag, some kind of a backpack that has things that we would need for an emergency situation to get to a shelter. And that could be emergency foods, because they don't know what the shelter would have, they don't have any advance notice. And so you're relying on other people to get things for you. And if you have a family that has sensitive needs, special needs. You know, you can't always eat food that they bring. You might need medications, snacks, things like that you can't always have those kinds of things. Plus, you have the trauma of the incident. And so having those things on hand and being able to have leashes ready, dog snacks, dog calming tablets, maybe people calming tablets too. And then, you know, snacks, bottles of water, so that you have these things so that you know that you can take care of yourself. Maybe some emergency blankets, some comfy things, a comfy toy, a comfy blanket, something from home that would help in the calming situation. You know, having extra cash on hand so that you might be able to, you know, head over to a restaurant and hang out for a while. These are some things that I guess I kind of want to light a fire under your butt and mine as well, about making sure that you are ready to go and know where you're going to go, how you're going to contact your family if you are separated. You know, having a plan if you are away, you know, your child is home and you're at work, being able to meet up, having those communications in place and ready to go, having your evacuation bags, your, you know, all of these things ready to go. And at the very minimum, like I said, having at least a container tote of some sort that you could just pick up and go. At the very least, that's how you can get started, and then maybe move to something per family member. And I know everybody preaches about this in the prepper community, you know, about bug out bags or get home bags or these kinds of things. But if this is any indication of the times that we're in, you got to be prepared for everything. And apparently the official report is that this man, he's 45, and he was very intoxicated during the incident. The media release states that the deputies fired tear gas canisters inside the house. And then at one point they were able to send in a police robot and drones to be able to locate where he was. And they saw that he was unconscious on the floor. So they said that they weren't exactly sure what knocked him out, if it was just intoxication or, you know, he like drank himself unconscious kind of thing, or if it was a tear gas or a combination of everything. So who knows what the trigger was behind this? Oh, haha, trigger. But who knows what the exact trigger was that got this whole thing started. You know, he got drunk. He was drunk by 5 p.m. So, you know, we started before that. And he was probably drinking through it. We just can't tell about people. We don't know what people are going through, although we can surely bet that people are frustrated about a lot of things. And then you put a little bit of relationship stress on there, family stress. Bottom line to all of this, and this is what the sheriff said, is that he's alive, all our people are alive, and the people that were in the house were alive. And the pets, there were pets, by the way, are alive and reunited with the owners. So basically every way, everything is the least amount of injuries. Nobody was injured. It cost the taxpayers, apparently, a whole lot of money, but everything turned out the way that it should. Anyway, I wanted to share all of that because I love you all and I want you all to be prepared. Okay? Y'all take care, be aware, and in prayer. And I will catch you in the next video.